Hello everyone and welcome to Read Only Memories. So I don't really know much about this game. I think it's a visual novel, so I don't know how much there will be in the way of gameplay, but it does sound like player choice does have an effect on the game, so I guess that's something. But basically the reason I was drawn to this game is that a lot of the reviews said it has a very, very good story, and you know I'm all about that.
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world is on the cusp of not one, but three technological singularities. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. Relationship Organizational Managers, or ROMs for short, are the commonplace companion and tool of any modern person. However, they are still machines at their core. The logic they are built on impedes their ability to think for themselves and determine their own behavior.
That's right. You see, this is at the heart of why we took on this merger with Parallax. We wanted to take artificial intelligence to the next level. And now, well, we have devices that can truly adapt.
Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer buries himself in schematics and equations, trying to bring a new kind of life into the world. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Well, that was a pretty cool intro. I'm definitely interested. I really love like cyberpunk style stuff, so I guess let's get on with it. It's starting me over again because I took too long to just play the game. Here we go. Hopefully I won't have to. Oh, I guess I might have to watch that again. Oh no, here we go. Let's see, options. Sounds about right. I guess I might turn the music down a little bit. Let's start a new game. Okay, yeah, I want to skip this. This is going to play the intro over again. Home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. Okay, so we can have a look around. So I guess it might be a kind of point and click style thing. Very interesting. I very much like the aesthetic. I really, really do love very pixely games. Do we have anything in our inventory? Our ID card. Let's look at it. A small plastic ID card with your name, picture, and stats. Okay, what about the menu? Does that do? That doesn't do anything right now. Well, I guess there's nothing to do except have a little look around our apartment, I presume. Talk to the bed. Okay. This bed only chats back when you're sleep talking. It's not the most well-designed function. Okay, let's look at the bed. Your home within your home. Nothing like curling up under those blankets and escaping away for a while. You'd better submit your article before you turn in, or you won't have a place to sleep for long. Okay, well that's worth knowing, I guess. Right, what about the door? You command the door to stay locked. It bleeps stoically back at you. Okay. Well, at least you feel safe behind this newly installed security door. It's late and nothing is really open right now. Okay, so no point going outside. Oh, we can use an item on the window. Let's use our ID card. Don't throw your ID out there. You want to get cyber cracked? I don't know what cyber cracked is, but I guess not. A beautiful 24/7 view if you're a fan of up-close masonry. What if I am? There's no one out there. I like that you can talk to everything. Despite the smell, keep the window open. Better to have gross air than no air. Besides, the window's broken. Okay, and there's a book in the window. A copy of Wigfield. Sometimes the old books are the best, especially to keep your window propped open. You start to tell the book a story before realising the irony. I am enjoying this so far, it's very humorous. The classics can get boring pretty fast after multiple reads. Besides, it's more useful holding up the window. Okay, we have a plant. This plant is in pretty bad shape. Aren't they supposed to be one of the easier plants to take care of? They say plants react positively to conversation, but this poor thing might be too far gone already. Careful, the poor thing is more fragile than a snowflake. Okay, so we can't take the plant. There's a lot of stuff to examine in here. I'm going to be here a long time. Okay, we've got coffee. We'll use an item on the coffee, okay. Coffee, the great equalizer, the one thing that the poor and rich alike need to chug through the day, you assume. Maybe it would feel less silly talking to this if it had a portrait of a cat printed on it. Okay, can you drink the coffee? You take a sip of the old stale coffee. The letters F and K seem clear as day. It's also really gross. Okay. Right, we have some documents in there which we can't really seem to interact with. Let's look at the Lappy. That's a bit of an odd name for a laptop, but... good old Lappy. It may not be the most powerful or the fastest or have the best screen, but, well, it works. Looking pretty hot there, Lappy. Like, literally hot. Overheating, as usual. That is irritating. Right, let's boot you up. Is there anything we can do with our Lappy? Lappy is a bit of a relic. Okay, we have a bunch of stuff we could do. You have an article due tonight, better finish it before bed. Right, so we have OK Today, Journal Logic, Lips Live, which looks like basically YouTube, and our inbox. So let's check these things out. OK Today is Neo SF's most beloved morning show, all about news and entertainment. People in Neo, Oklahoma are still confused by the name. This is the show's online newspaper called The Scanline. OK Today is usually all about feel-good news, but it does focus on serious current events at times as well. So can I use it? Okay, so we have a lot of articles here. A story about the human revolution. Read the current... Oh. Human revolution remains vigilant in #StayHuman movement. December 19th. The human revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various Genus clinics around the city, including those in the East Bay and down the peninsula. Genus, the gene splicing treatment facility, has been met with much controversy since the organisation reached mainstream exposure over the past few years. Genus employee Mort Crane spoke to OK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genus workers are up in arms, claiming they're being terrorised in their own city. We're here to help people who need gene therapy for their own personal reasons, whatever they are, said Crane. Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us, he continued, and we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require. The human revolution stands behind their claim that Genus is diluting the human experience by providing hybrids with gene splicing treatments. The group feels that the goals stated by Genus, in addition to neo-cybernetic technology, are warping humanity into a very scary dark future. They're playing God in the most senseless of ways. We were born human. Who are we to mess with our genes and start turning everybody into who knows what? Said one protester, who asked to remain anonymous. It's ridiculous and scary. It's not human. More information to follow as this story develops late into the holiday 2064 season. Okay. We have a lovely animated picture here. They're very ahead of us, clearly. Oh, back button. Okay, what's going on in sports? The Neo SF 49ers #Quest for 10 is back on. December 19th, Sunday's big game at New Candlestick brings an important question to everyone's mind. Can the 49ers punch their ticket to the playoffs and bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Neo San Francisco? It would mark the first win since the move to New Candlestick after an almost 50-year hiatus from the city. Since returning, they've had disappointing losses to the Mexico City Luchadors and the New York Giants. They've brought on a fresh coach, but controversy surrounds their new quarterback, Patricia Lopez, as some vocal sports fans continue to accuse her of having cybernetic implants in her throwing arm that illegally enhance her abilities. Okay, so I guess in sports you're not allowed to have implants because it might affect the way you play. Certain modifications of implants are banned by the league, but their official reports state their repeated investigations into Lopez found no evidence to substantiate these rumours. It's relevant to point out that Lopez is the first woman to ever be quarterback in a Major League Football team. The 49ers look to reclaim their top spot since their last win, with their Super Bowl, whatever that is, victory over the Tokyo Titans. I can read some Roman numerals, but I don't know what L means. Sunday's game is a rubber match, and the winner secures a spot in the playoffs. Between our Neo-SF 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, it'll be a close game to say the least. Catch Sunday's results here first. For all things everything, I'm June Velma Anna, OK Today. Okay, so it looks like equality is a bigger thing here because they have co-ed teams with like women quarterbacks and stuff like that. Okay, let's just read, not look. Golden Gate Park vandalism on the rise. December 19th, reports show that local foodie attraction JJ's Froyo stand was destroyed last night in what appears to be another case of a rogue rom committing an act of vandalism. I believe Froyo is frozen yogurt, or yogurt as we Brits call it. The cart was evidently attacked and damaged by a large rom that had no shell. Witnesses state the alleged perpetrator has been randomly appearing at night before lumbering back into the nearby trees on the western side of the park. This is the first case of a rom being reported to live on its own in the wild as a stray. Police say that tracking down a potential owner of the rom is likely impossible. Some speculate that the strange rom may have been framed by vandals who set their crime deliberately to make it appear to have been carried out by the rom, rogue or under orders. OK Today reached out to Parallax for comment, and they assured us that the rogue rom is purely a myth and that tends to pop up conveniently when low-revenue businesses have the urge to file an insurance claim. Parallax did not appreciate the reports of vandalism being attributed to their models. Is this wild rom the real deal, or could it be a fairy tale created by those looking to make a quick buck? Or perhaps there's something else to be gained. More as the story progresses. Mel Hopkins. Okay, so I guess there's nothing else to read about just yet, so we'll hit back and check out some of this other stuff. Right, look at Journalogic. Isn't the fanciest program, but it's the only word editor that still gets updates for a machine as old as yours. So I guess this is how we're going to do our thing. Before you can review the GX Ultra Beats, you must become one with the GX Ultra Beats. Where did you put those damn headphones anyway? Okay, so we can't write our article, I guess, until we've become one with the Ultra Beats. This is Lips Live, the Premier's online video network. This app is like a mesh of all active streams. Is there anything we can do here? The walls are paper thin. Watching a live feed at this hour would probably cause your neighbours to kill you. I would like to avoid that. You wonder if there could possibly be anything nearby that might aid you on your quest. Okay, and emails. Your inbox, a hell so terrifying, so specific, so personal, that no other living thing should dare enter. Luckily, you're the only person with a password. Well, I guess let's check our emails. I'm sorry I'm looking at a lot of this like random stuff that's probably not important, but as you probably know from my Undertale playthrough, I do like to check a lot of stuff. Get cheap crash. Only 99 creds for 30 days supply, 212 stims. Okay, so we got a lot of junk, I guess. Hello there, I am Prince Thomas. Yes, the Prince Thomas, heir to the digital empire of horse and books. 92413. I need your help to secure my great fortune, and of course will reward you handsomely for your assistance. This is like the stereotypical junk mail that you'll get in your inbox. Please, if you could send your personal credit ID marker to me immediately so that... Sounds like a great business opportunity. No, it doesn't. Right, we've got a bill. Your account is past due in the amount of 216 credits. Failure to restore your account may result in termination of service. Ah yes, that age-old choice between food or electricity. Probably gonna pick food, if I'm honest. There's no point in having electricity if you die. Hey there, I'm the lead editor for Oh My God Zounds. We're a new up-and-coming audio review feed looking for the hot talent. We'd love to feature any product reviews you'd like to do for us. We'd be able to give you some great exposure, and if we like your stuff, could possibly throw some creds your way. Doesn't anyone pay their journalists anymore? Okay. According to this email, your rent is nearly due. Better get that article submitted soon. A coupon for 5 credits back on a Hassie Infinity. I really like the sound effects in this game, actually. They're very appropriate for like the cyberpunk aesthetic. A Hassie Infinity has all of your daily calories with none of the nutritional value, like the opposite of a diet version. I don't really see anything good with that. An invite to come see the lighting ceremony of the Christmas tree downtown from your friends at Dr. Trisha, the DDS. Why does a dentist want you to see a lighting ceremony? Feels like a trap. A dental trap? What, they're going to attract you there so they can look at your teeth? This is your weekly update from Vintage Tech, your #1 source for classic technology. Popular pieces this week: The King of Click, a retrospective on the classic Model N keyboard. Unsubscribe? Okay, I guess. Request denied. Subscription cannot be modified. Wow. So they have subscriptions that you can't unsubscribe to. That's unfortunate. Right, well that's all it looks like we can do with a computer for now, so I guess we'll look around a bit more. What's this on the floor? A single piece of loose, unsorted paper lies on the ground. Can we take it? Can we talk to it? The page only holds the opinions of its author. This one's blank. It sort of suits the room's aesthetic better with it there on the ground, don't you think? No, I kind of really want to pick it up. It's actually really annoying me. Your friend Hayden gave this to you. The group is old, but the music is timeless. That's what he said, at least. It might feel less silly talking to this if it had a portrait of the band on it or something. It's a kind of boring looking poster if you ask me. Careful, that's a load-bearing post. It's keeping the wall up. Oh yeah, I can see there's like a crack there. That's really unfortunate. A stack of paper for your unpublished novel. Okay. Most people write a talk on paper. You just talk to paper. Blank paper. Okay. Can we flip through? Pen on paper is the most tangible method, but if you're going to be so sloppy, maybe going digital would be a good goal. No, your principals whine too much at the thought. Would Hemingway go full digital if he were in 2064? Probably. I got there before it. I knew what the game was thinking. A pair of GX Ultra Beats headphones, the ultimate in budget audio. You better try them out so you can start crafting your review. Okay. These smart headphones must surely enjoy your voice in high definition. Let's take them. Okay, so we added headphones to our items. Useful. These are the GX Ultra Beats you need to write a review for. Guess now is as good a time as any to get to work. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with some things lying around your apartment. I'll certainly give that a try. What else can I click on? The sink and the fridge. Well, I'm all about looking in the fridge. Right, let's use our smart headphones on the fridge. You sync up the headphones and listen to a live stream of a cooking show about making ramen using household materials. Unfortunately, you learn that mustard and spoiled milk aren't quite enough to make good ramen, which I guess is what we have in our fridge. The video screen on the front says mustard half full, spoiled milk 10 days past expired. Wow, that fridge is incredibly useful. I want one of those. It just tells me what's inside it and how far it is past the expiration. You remind the fridge that you need to pick up some more milk when you go out. It jots down milk on the list. Probably best to just make a mental note instead. You've had enough vitamin R for one lifetime anyway. I want this fridge. It's amazing. You open up the fridge to see a bottle of mustard and a carton of spoiled milk, which has developed an odour. Maybe the spoiled milk has one more good day on it. Maybe. I guess I'll take it. Can't hurt to try. And finally, let's check out our sink. Can we use our headphones on it? You can hear the sink gurgling in high def. What about the milk? No way. You can't possibly imagine the indescribable, inhumane horrors you're about to unleash into the world. Or the stank. I love the word stank. Right. You don't know exactly what that ooze is, only that it seems to be growing. You try talking to the sink, but it gives you the cold shoulder. How rude. Damn you, sink, I can always replace you. Running water might just make it worse. Why do we have such a gross sink? Jeez. Okay, so what else could we possibly use these smart headphones with? Yeah, that might be a bad idea. Don't throw your new headphones out there. This may be a moderately safe neighborhood, but these will be gone in 10 minutes if you leave them out. What about the door? Just hums and blips. Sounds secure. Okay, let's try... Oh, we could put milk in there. Spoiled milk and stale old coffee. Yum. Did that work? Careful, these are a review copy. GX probably wouldn't appreciate them coming back covered in coffee. What about with the Lappy? You sync up the headphones and watch a live stream of a news report on current political events. No, don't listen. It's not a good vibe. What about the book? You scan the book with your finger and the audio file begins playing on the headphones. Wow, they have some really awesome stuff in the future. You touch the poster and YMO begins playing in your ears. That's so good. All blank, there's nothing to read or hear. I need these headphones and this fridge immediately. What about the bed? Can I use them with the bed? The headphones detect that you're laying down and begin to play some soothing ocean sound effects. These are the best headphones ever! I need these in my life. I guess let's boot up Lappy again. I'm pretty sure I've used them on everything in the room, so we should probably just go ahead and try and write this article then. Alright, time to get your work out of the way. Let's do this. Selling your soul, bit by bit. Character by character. Finished. Now to send it off to the editor. There, your big break. Surely your glowing review of GX Ultra Beats is your ticket out of poverty and into a book deal. Surely. Can't hurt to try. Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed, but first log out. Okay. Or you could watch some Lips Live first before you sleep. Well, that sounds like something I would do, to be fair. I don't sleep, I just watch YouTube all the time. So I guess we'll watch some Lips Live. You turn on the GX Ultra Beats and they sync automatically as you start to watch one of the baby animal feeds. Lappy's speakers feel neglected. Okay, is that all we could do? Well, I guess let's just log out then and head to bed. Oh no, I don't want to... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I went to the menu instead. Okay, right, let's sleep in our bed. What is that? This isn't a horror game, is it? Though this robot looks obscenely cute. What is it doing? Did it break my computer? Oh, good. You're finally awake. I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. Are you that significantly opposed to cybernetic augments? Well, these are all valid options, but I'm going to go with how did you get into my apartment? I came in through the front door. The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious. It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code. It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of the Secugate M14723B. I knew my landlord was full of it when he said it was the best. Don't feel too bad. You are so cute, I just want to hug you. I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced known significant numeric codes against the stored personal data on you. I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it was sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter. Yeah, that is a really weird thing to use for your passcode. Though I suppose it's something that people wouldn't be able to guess. Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do it once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken. And that you left it open. Yeah, anybody could get into the apartment now I think about it. I'm gonna go with... You know my dog's birthday? Because that is a very appropriate question to ask. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly. I would suggest investing in an InSec Model 1355 automatic security door. The 1385 is newer, but I find the added attack vector introduced by the voice controls isn't worth the convenience. It has 300 5-star reviews on Congo. I could get used to having this guy around, he sure does know a lot. Hold on, what are you doing in my apartment? I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I recognized your records and entertainment media using BISAC. Oh, I reorganized your records. Okay. Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my micro actuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. So he broke into my apartment, reorganized my music, and cleaned my apartment. I'd be pretty okay with that. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag. A snag? Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have broken down in some way whilst I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware. An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well. I would consider it no great loss though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with? His face became a question mark. That's adorable. All of my work was on there. Yeah. Don't fret. I did manage to back up your data drive's contents before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. I think this is a significant upgrade here. It is the least I can do. That's nice, but you still haven't told me why you're here. Ah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I really like this guy. He's already my favourite character. I have all of the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now. You know my friend Hayden? Hayden Weber? Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes. I haven't seen Hayden in years. I don't really know, that's why I'm here. Help me, you aren't quite my only hope, but certainly the most statistically supported. I have done the math. I guess, just start from the beginning. Imprecise, but I think I know what you mean. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some unknown persons. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape, lest I be captured by the intruders too. I crawled out of a window and, after some deliberation, came here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left. So, why would they want Hayden? Hayden is one of the top researchers of Parallax, but I can't imagine that would be enough to get him kidnapped. Especially since no one has even tried offering him more money yet. I suspect it has to do with me. Oh, don't be sad. Who are you anyway? What do you have to do with it? Ah, excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I have never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing. Like the Turing test? So if you guys don't know what the Turing test is, I think it's a test to figure out the level of intelligence an AI has, like how close it is to being sentient. At least that's what I recall. I could be wrong, but I think that's it. I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments. He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organisation into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research or to take it and use it for themselves. So... okay, how are you different from any other ROM? I'm gonna go with tell me more. It's the least rude answer, I guess. A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even seeming human when you talk to them. This is just because they're cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I was taught to interact with the world around me. But, despite my ability to self-modify my code, I'm not certain that I am sapient. I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will? How would you know? Only one way or the other. Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out, but I can't say I have any new insight into the question. It worries at me. How can any of you tell that you aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will? I think we're getting a little too philosophical here. You're right. I apologise for the tangent. So, was anyone out for Hayden? No, I'm not even certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. It's not as though he had been looking over his shoulder. However, there are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him. He also has never indicated to me any possible danger from an outside person or group. So why come to me? I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on my assumptions of visibility, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me. And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so. I haven't seen Hayden forever, I think I understand what you mean. I guess I'll go with I've never looked for a missing person, but I could try. The numbers don't lie about your terrific investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome. We'll see about that. I'll show you, Turing. I'll help you so hard. Don't worry, you're strong-willed and capable. I chose to put my trust in you. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. We're out of time. Out of time? I took the liberty of charging the autocab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived. Why not go to the police? You still haven't convinced me, Robot, but I'll play along for now. I'm gonna go with alright. I'm happy to help, Turing. That's strange. Well, the lock for our home seems to have already been replaced. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. Oh. Well, I'm going to end this episode here because I've been going on for quite a while and it doesn't look like there's going to be any end to this conversation for now. But I'm really enjoying this so far. It's funny and the characters are cute. I love the way it looks. So I definitely feel like I'll probably be carrying this on. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And until next time, guys, goodbye!